Assalamu alaikum to all of my students. Hope you all are fine. Today I am going to take the concept of simultaneous decrease in supply and demand. Simultaneous simultaneous decrease in supply, decrease in supply and demand. Yesterday I discussed simultaneous increase in demand and supply. Today we will discuss simultaneous decrease in supply and demand. What will happen at market equilibrium? I will show in first case. I will show this is price. So why this is price? This is quantity. Price, quantity. As I have already discussed this, not need to discuss more. This is supply curve has a positive slope, positive SS, and demand curve has a negative slope. Demand curve has a negative slope, just like this. Negative slope. What will happen if simultaneous decrease in supply? Then supply will decrease at the market equilibrium. What will happen with the increase in demand, and demand will also decrease? I will show. Yes, decrease in supply. As in yesterday lecture, I discussed increase in supply. I show rightward shift. Now today is decrease in supply. This will be leftward shift of supply curve. Leftward shift of supply curve. Like leftward, leftward, leftward shift of supply curve. This was SS. This will be S dash, S dash. Leftward shift of supply curve. And here is the leftward shift of demand curve. Leftward shift of demand curve, just like this. Leftward shift D dash, D dash. What will happen at the market when supply falls and demand falls simultaneously? What will happen at the market? We are making analysis. It shows us demand. Yes, this was first equilibrium E. Now equilibrium has changed to E1 here, E1, as demand and supply is intersecting here, new demand and supply. I will join this. What this shows us? This shows us with the fall in price, with the fall in supply and demand simultaneously, this will lead to fall in price. As initial price was P, initial price was P, now it falls to P1. Means with the leftward shift of supply curve and leftward shift of demand curve, leftward shift of demand curve means definitely here if we observe this area is more than, means quantity demand is greater. Yes, quantity demand is greater than quantity supply. As this area is more than this area, means quantity supply is more than quantity demand. So there is excess supply. I will show in first case. In first case, quantity demand is more than quantity supply, meaning there is excess supply. Excess supply. Excess supply. What will happen due to this excess supply? This excess supply will lead to excess supply. Excess supply. This will definitely lead to fall in price. Fall in price. As price falls from P to P1. And equilibrium changes from, this was our original equilibrium, initial equilibrium, this changed to Q to Q1. I will write third point. Equilibrium will change change from Q to Q1, Q to Q1. Means this we call this, yes, this is what we call excess supply, as quantity demand is more than quantity supply. Means quantity supply is changing less as compared to change in quantity demand. Quantity demand is changing more. That means here exists excess supply. In second case, I will show in B case. Yes, what will happen? This is Y. This is zero. This is X. This is price. This is price. This is quantity. In second case, as I am showing continuously this equilibrium, this is supply curve has a positive slope SS. Demand curve has a negative slope and it follows downwards. D demand curve has a negative slope. This is the initial equilibrium point E1. Now, what will happen when, yes, when price and demand and supply will change simultaneously? Here I will show, yes, but twin follows and demand curve and supply follows and supply follows. Similarly, demand also follows. Demand also follows. This is D dash, D dash. This was S dash, S dash. This is original S. Then what will happen? Definitely it will show us this shows us this original P, this new P, P1. This shows us price and quantity. These both quantity supply and quantity demanded. They are equal. They are equal. I'll show a little bit. I'll change this. They are equal in area. They are D dash. Yes. Means this area and this area are equal. Both are equal. Means quantity demand change exactly change in quantity supply. Here is Q, this Q1. This area and this area, quantity this area, whatever quantity supply, quantity demand, these two areas are equal. They are changing in equal. Yes. In third case, yes, C. In third case, I will show. We can write here as quantity demand is equal to quantity supply. Means second, here, yes, price changes P to P1. Third point, equilibrium quantity changes from Q to Q1 and it follows Q to Q1. In third case, I will write this is price, this is y axis, this is x axis, this here I am writing price. Here is quantity. Here is quantity. Yes. In this case, yes, this is equilibrium as I am showing. This is demand curve has a downward sloping DD. Supply curve has a positive slope. as a positive slope. S, S. This is the initial equilibrium, E1. Now what will happen? I will show shift of, yes, shift of supply current. Shift of supply current. Shift of supply current. S, S dash. Yes. We have to show not right, but we have to show leftward shift. Leftward shift. Leftward shift. Leftward shift of supply curve. And we write decrease in supply. Now, demand curve will also shift leftwards. Leftwards. D dash. D dash. This is SS. S dash. S dash. D dash. D dash. Now, what will happen? This shows us definitely rise in price. This is initial price P. This shows rise in price. Rise in price as quantity demand will fall. This is original, this is Q, this is Q1. What this shows us, this is P1. What is the impact, what is the effect? When simultaneous change in quantity supply, quantity demand will take place, definitely, be it decrease in supply, then definitely, due to decrease in supply, there is excess demand. Excess demand will lead to rise in price. I will show in first, there, yes, due to, yes, due to leftward shift of both demand and supply curve, what will happen? This will lead to excess demand. Excess demand. How? Because quantity supply is more than quantity demanded. Third point. Excess supply will lead to rise in price. Excess supply will lead to rise in price. Rise in price. Rise in price. Rise in price. Will lead to rise in price. And quantity will change. Fourth, quantity will change Q to Q1. In last case, here due to excess demand, price rises P to P1. As quantity supply is more than quantity demand, if we observe this, quantity supply is more than quantity demand, that leads to rise in price. And when price rises, definitely quantity falls from Q to Q1. Similar is if we make comparison first and this case. In this case, demand is more than quantity supply. There exists excess supply. This leads to fall in price. In last case, here exists excess demand. This leads to rise in price. Rise in price leads to fall in quantity demand. Here, quantity demand, if we know a quantity demanded, if we know due to fall in price, quantity demand rise from Q to Q1, decline return backwards. Here also quantity demanded, if we make equilibrium quantity, it falls due to rise in price. With this, we have, yes, two more concepts that I will take in next class. In this case, B, there is another case that where we take price same. There is no change in price. As price change from P to P1, there price does not change like this. These shifts take place. I will show this in coming lectures. Where price remains same. Equilibrium price remains same, but there are simultaneous change in demand and supply. I will take in next class. Till I think it is enough for today. Hope for the best. Take care. Thanks. Have a nice day.